Fluff'isle! I hope that, like me, you are as excited about the DLC for Hello Kitty Island Adventure that we learned about a couple of weeks ago. And now let me tell you all the new things about that the devs have said in the Discord, so you can prepare for the best. And there will be tons of other cool things about bugs or best things to do in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, as well as some very beautiful community creations. Let's go. First of all, I want to share a picture by Lix that has done their avatar in clay, and it's absolutely beautiful. Super cute. And then Chonza also shared a commission that they did for their client that wanted Wish Me Mel in their OC from a game called Super Animal Royale. But look at how Wish Me Mel is adorable. You know, she's my favorite and she's adorable. So good job, Chonza. Okay, so now buckle up because it's going to be a very long news review. And I hope that you watched the last two videos about what to expect in Wheatflour Wonderland and the last news, because I will not go into much details, but it will be linked up there if you have not watched them yet. So then come back to this one. So if you have not heard in the other news videos, there will be a Wheatflour Wonderland DLC. We're excited to announce Wheatflour Wonderland is going to be our first major DLC, coming free for Apple Arcade and paid to Steam and Switch September 18th. Yumichi asked, so Apple Arcade gets it first? And Chelsea said, nope, all platforms except PS5 will get it on September 18th. PS5, it's slightly delayed, arriving on October 2. And I'm wondering, usually the official date for the new update is always a Thursday. And actually it drops the Wednesday before, like the night of the Wednesday before. And in that case, September 18th is also a Thursday, so I'm wondering if that will be the case also, that we'll get it on the 17th or not, I'm not sure. Chelsea said, we'll look in the exact timing later, but for now the listed time should be close-ish. Our goal is simultaneous worldwide release versus doing anything time zone based. So maybe like an update that's always for everybody, and for me it's always like 4 p.m.-ish, and some people it's early in the morning. Volskarm's Cogimyun Prophet. Does this mean that 2.8 will be delayed, or will there be something in the middle? And Chelsea said, this is a great question. Wheatflour Wonderland will be off schedule and consider 2.9, but 2.8 will be on the regular schedule, and then 2.10 will follow the same expected 6 weeks cadence from 2.8. Basically, you get all the Wheatflour Wonderland 2.9 as an interstitial bonus. Fry and Cogimyun's brother, will both be coming to Wheatflour Wonderland alongside Cogimyun, but not as visitors. They have special roles in quests and minigames and are named cameo characters, sort of like Gudetama or Nisetama-san. So I'm wondering if there will be like all around and we need to take photos of them, or like Gudetama or Nisetama-san is going to be something like only seasonal. I'm not sure. You will not be able to level friendship with Fry and Cogimyun. They are what we call cameo characters, and they are the visitors but aren't resident either. They have a unique role in the game. Cogimyun will have companion abilities and be companionable after a certain level. Yep, cool. Captain Rose said, wait, he's literally a fried shrimp? And Chelsea said, yes, he's a small fried shrimp, talking about Fry. Here's another screenshot that she posted while we wait and a first look at Cogimyun. So you can see Cogimyun, and Fry also in front of those chests. And look at their outfits, they're so cute. Oh my god, they're adorable. And then Chelsea said maybe something in the background too. What? Is she talking about the wheat over there? Is it the flowers? I'm not sure. Nozumi asks, since we're getting Abby and Cogimyun, is there any chance to get the rest of the Cogimyun's I guess, other characters? And Chelsea said, sadly, Fry and Cogimyun were the only characters Sanrio approved to join Cogimyun. That's sad. And people ask why some characters are not allowed to come with Sanrio if they're collabs. And Chelsea said, it comes down to payments. If rights are shared between two companies, it means multiple parties need to get compensated, and that compensation has to be figured out and negotiated, which involves lawyers, and it's very expensive. So in almost every case, it doesn't make financial sense to try. We only add characters that do not have license and complication, aka Sanrio owns 100% the rights to them, and there are no collaboration involved in their creations. And Demi said, Chelsea said collab characters will probably never happen because it doesn't financially make sense for an indie company, and Sanrio wouldn't agree to it and only use their own character they didn't make with others. And Chelsea said this is correct. So I think if you still had hopes that in the future they might want to add characters that are collaborations, I think you can forget about it, because I think they work with all the other ones before doing anything. Like, clearly it says like that. Jessie said, cabins, you say, please excuse the VIP signs. And she showed a few cabins that look adorable. And you can see another rodent and two critters. I'm a bit sad because they look like critters that are on City Town but just recolored. But also the one that looks like the dustbin is my favorite. Like, the dustbin is one of my favorite critters, so I'm very happy. Remember, cabins work a little differently in Wheatflour Wonderland. We'll see. Oh, and we got a new screenshot of furnitures. They look so cute. Oh my god. I'm wondering if we can dye them. This is so pretty. And look at the walls. I love it. And another screenshot confirmed, and that's Cogimyun's own furniture. So right now we do have Cinema Roll, Hello Kitty, big challenges, and we are starting to get Kuromi and My Melody furniture in Apple Arcade. And I guess that will come with CU3 for all platforms, but we already got a sense of that during the Friendship Festival and got a few of those furniture in all platforms. Wheatflour Wonderland wouldn't be complete without wheat flowers. So normally the wheat flour is like the thing you bake with, and then the wheat flowers are blooming flowers. Cat B about a flying chicken in one of the screenshots, and she said, so what's about the chicken? And Chelsea said, that's sort of odd, huh? Okay, and then people were kind of mad that you had to pay for this DLC, and also that probably because it's free on Apple Arcade, because it's part of the subscription we pay each month. So far we paid $8 for 24 months, so make your calculation to see how much we paid in Apple Arcade. And then Chelsea said, okay, let's not get too spicy for the paid DLC stuff. We are a business, and that comes with certain realities, and we know that folks have lots of opinions that fall on both sides. Stay kind, folks. Jenny asked, do we have to worry about hoarding material before enjoying Wheatflour Wonderland? And Chelsea said, the actual recommendation is going to be anti-hoarding, especially with friendship items, blossom and bouquets. Hello Kitty knows a thing or two about building friendship, and so will top you up to 3 blossoms and 3 bouquets before you gift Cogimyun. And she said, she'll top you up to 3 regardless of what you already have. So if you already have 3, nothing will happen. So we are talking about, so this is very, very important. We are talking about the regular friendship blossoms and regular friendship bouquets. So that means that if you have 0, 1, or 2 friendship bouquets or friendship blossoms at the time of this quest, you will be at 3 friendship blossoms. If you had 1, 2, or 3, you will potentially lose on the 3 that she would give you if you were at 0. So that means that before playing, I would say, the first day of Wheatflour Wonderland, I would actually use all my friendship blossoms and friendship bouquets, because that means that you could have been using those on leveling up another character, because if you are 3, you will get 0. If you are 2, you will get 1. If you are 1, you will get 2. If you are 0, you will get 3. So you could have used those on Wish Me Well, on Big Challenges, or Kiki Alala. And don't forget that if you're using the Blossom, it's one character, and the bouquets is all characters. So use them, gift everybody. Use them, gift everybody. If you also do not have the hats yet, use them on people you want to get more boxes of to get the hats. So this is my recommendation. Instead of hoarding, like, use your bouquets before, because in that case you will definitely lose on friendship items before. So that's really important, and I will do a video before. I don't know about the island bouquets though, it's not mentioned, so I don't know if you should use them or not. Morskers asked about the pricing and different local currency, and Chelsea said, I don't think we hand set the price, we allow local conversions. And Swampy said there will be pre-orders. Madeline said in the announcement transcript, I read pre-orders for Steam, and Chelsea said, I did say that, and then the store page went live and it was just wish listing, and realized I've been thinking of wish list, not pre-orders. I think pre-orders are actually somewhat uncommon on Steam. I think we're doing wish list, not pre-orders, my bad. And Sade Babe said, will it be the same for Switch? And she said, I will investigate. Steam wishlist is live, so you can go and wishlist it already on Steam. Swampy said, Content Update 3 will be free and bring Switch and PC players up to date with 2.8. 2.8 will come on the 20th of August, so next week when I'm filming this, and so that means that you'll only have 1 month to wait after that, because CO3 will come on the 18th with the DLC, and you'll be able to experience everything that Apple Arcade players had in 2.7 and 2.8. And then Swampy said, rodents are coming to CO3, so if you've watched some of the images from the DLC from Wheatflour Wonderland, you can see avatars that are rodents, mouses, rats, chipmunks, and things like that. And so you'll be able to have all these types of avatars for free in the CU3, even if you don't take the DLC. And if you look at all the screenshots, you also see those magical girl outfits. There's so many, they're so adorable. I definitely want to make one. I don't know when I'll have the time. But I guess the DLC is going to be here for a while, so if it's like 6 months after, people will not care, because I need to finish my Halloween, like the Lolita thing from the spooky celebration last year first. I think this is the most important. Yes. Chelsea said, oh yes, the next update will have a new avatar species, so definitely 2.8 will have rodents. Did you know some of our earliest concept art had a bat avatar and a walrus avatar? Now you know. You can see the whiskers of Hello Kitty just behind us. It's so cute. And then Kai said, do you have the bat concept as well? And Chelsea apparently could not find it. She said, I think we did one with the vampire-y nose. I think the reason we moved away from it was because the wing arms added a lot of animation complications, since they're clip using a lot of the emotes we use elsewhere and would have needed to redo a bunch. And then if it was not clear before, the DLC is priced at $14.99 USD, and I think it will be about the same thing in euros and Swiss francs, I guess. I don't know about the other currencies. Jessie said there are some small exciting things you can expect in the next update, and she posted photos of tons of patterns on different flowers, and Chelsea said these are just new patterns. And then Meave said Eggworts now have full control, looks like. So apparently these new patterns are just that some flowers did not have all the patterns available, and now they are working in CO3 and 2.8 that almost all flowers can have all the patterns. We'll see if that will be the case for all flowers and all patterns, probably not, but at least more. Chica18 says, is the game coming to Xbox? And Chelsea said, unfortunately no, we have no plans to come to Xbox at this time. People keep asking about Switch 2. Chelsea said, we can't announce anything about Switch 2 at this time, unfortunately. Zombie said, we have so much to go over today with June Flower Bounty result reveal, July Flower Bounty result reveal, and August Bounty announce. So this is all the things that I published live in my 10-hour live stream, but we are quickly going to see the full results for every month and that I got a point, and also where we at with the points. And so just so you know, these flower bounties, we are all as a community playing to try and get black flowers in the game, and that means that we are going to have to reproduce real flowers or images in the game with flowers. And so in June, I got 1 point for the first place, and I was the first mention, for the Periwinkle Glow Globals to match this actually thing that looked more like a rose. So I'm so happy that I got it for this one. I think it's my second or third point, probably just second. But for the community, I'm very happy. So for June, here are the top spots and the secondary and honorable mentions. Look at that, we had to find a flower for Tuxedo-san. This is so interesting. And then for July, this is the top spots and the secondary and honorable mentions. And then here are the August flower bounties. If you were here during my stream or you watched in the full thing, so there was Chelsea and Swampy always presenting the thing. And Swampy mentioned several times that she was so hungry and it was about her lunchtime, but she needed to finish this first. And it was so funny. If you want to look at this, that was so funny. And then we see that the first thing is a hot dog. So how are you interpreting hot dog as a flower? This is up to you. I'm curious to see what you will post. So if you want to post in my Discord, this is the flower that I have done for this one. And the last one is also Kuromi in My Melody. So if you have ideas also for flowers for these. I'm trying to get like alternate things in like violet and pink or some kind of pink. I have no luck for now, so I've submitted something else, but I think it would be fun. And also the 27 one clearly has black, but we don't have black, so the darker is maybe violet or blue or something like that. So whatever you can do. And yeah, this is getting way harder each time and really, really interesting to see what we've done. Anyways, we have now 79 points. That's 55 that we had before, plus 12, plus 12. This is 79. October black flowers are still easily 2 months away. So we need 21 more points. So that will be definitely 2 months if we usually can make 12 points a month. So maybe for Halloween, we'll get black flowers. That will be perfect, I think. I think they might have timed it. Anyways. No Master asked, are we going to get the My Melody / Kuromi balloons to use, like fly together with, like the 50th anniversary with Hello Kitty? And Swampy said, I've passed this feedback to the team. I also thought it would be a cute idea. Last week on August 5th, we had the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition release. So if you own a PlayStation 5, you can start and you do not need to wait until the physical version on August 29th. In a request for input called Showcase My Avatar, Chelsea said, as we're making videos and taking screenshots to show off the game, we wanted to give folks a chance to share their favorite designs with the world. Much like our interior design post, this will be a chance to get into the special thanks section of the game if you choose to use your avatar design, but other than that, there's no compensation. Fine prints, they said that I'll let you read this, but they cannot pay you and you will just get game credit, Discord role, blah blah blah, but no financial things. And then Sari said, does size of image matter? Cropped / not cropped, specific background poses? And Chelsea said, doesn't matter. I think they just want IDs and they will reproduce it themselves in the avatar, obviously. And then she said, we'll definitely take the body pattern, color, species into consideration in terms of the overall impression the avatar gives, but you don't need to change it for every look. So if you make many different looks, you can actually use the same avatar every time if you want. Chelsea said, Several was complaining that Chelsea did not answer the questions in the Q&A that she did about the Wheatflour Wonderland. And Chelsea said, I did see one, but I was trying to prioritize the one about Wheatflour Wonderland. I'm so sorry. One day folks will know what is in Pochaco's building. I think she said at some point like at least 6 months, so we're getting closer. closer, maybe next winter. An update about pets. Since Cogimyun has a pet, do you think we could get a pet feature later on with critters? And Chelsea said, hey Cozy, I saw you ask this a few times. I wouldn't get your hopes up for pets. Unfortunately, there's many things that Chelsea has mentioned in the past and then they actually dropped. Yeah, something about a character that got completely dropped that we learned about in the interview with her in my 10-hour stream. I'm actually working with my editor to edit this down to just the interview with Chelsea, so I will definitely put that as a separate video for you guys to see. In a heads up, howdy friends, as part of welcoming our new PS5 players, hello, welcome. And due to upcoming updates being better synchronized between PC and Switch, we're going to combine the hubs for Switch and PC and soon PS5. When this happens, we'll have a fresh new game discussion, question and help and flower channels. We'll also create new feedback and bug channels in the all platform section since we noticed most feedbacks and bug was similar across all platforms. Multiplayer sections will remain separate per platform since we're unable to support crossplay. And so they're not deleting anything, they'll be archiving, and so if you want, you can get yourself the archivist role to be able to see all the archived chats and channels in the Discord. So please place the new bugs in these new channels. We also have several master posts where we collect requests for content, like new avatar types, new main characters, and so on, so you can see the full list here. So instead of creating a separate feedback, like can you please add bear avatars and can we have so-and-so character, you can put them here. Oxin said, I wonder, has the Sunblink team ever referenced some manner of Sanrio lore that even their contacts hasn't known about or were at least surprised by? And Chelsea said, yes. Especially as new folk joined the Sanrio team. Most of them didn't know about big challenges, and then we go over what new characters we want to add in the game. Sometimes they're like, who? But of course we all love them by the end. Oxin said, I wonder what genre would the team of Sunblink be interested in exploring for projects? And Chelsea said, we're pretty big fans of the cozy adventure genre now. I think we'd rather innovate in this area than switch to a different genre. But that means that they're actually thinking about making new games. I thought Hello Kitty Island Adventure will be forever. Please don't leave us. Please, please, please. And Dede45 asked, why does Top Hat only go to level 10 of friendship? Why not 15 plus like the other characters? And Chelsea said, what a great question. That's so strange. We all know that Top Hat is weird because his glitching has no feet. In the screenshots, you see him, different colors, less glitchy, and feet. So maybe he'll be reverted back somehow or something like that. Cinnaholic asked, when developing HKIA, was it known that Poron was Cinnamoro's big sister? It's missing from the dialogue that they are siblings and it is bothering me. And Chelsea answered, we only included information that was 100% Sanrio approved. Does that mean that it is not canon, that they are brother and sisters? Interesting. Cinnaholic said, that's odd considering it's in Monsieur's journey and she revealed it to him. I will simply inform people she is his sister. It upsets me that Sanrio didn't approve that dialogue. They're brothers and sister and there are people who ship them because they don't know. And Chelsea said, I don't think most anime slash shows slash etc. are considered canon from what we've experienced. I would bet that Sanrio doesn't even approve lore from HKA to other people. Interesting. And then Cinnaholic said, Mr. Journey is a comic, I believe, so that's upsetting. It's not considered canon, but it's general knowledge she is. Maybe there's a reason. It could be revealed in the game someday. Or this is set during Mr.'s journey. And Chelsea said, Sanrio may not consider it canon. It wasn't approved for us. Autistic Nerd 2024 asked, so what inspired Hello Kitty Island Adventure? And Chelsea said, we knew we wanted to make a cozy adventure game and Hello Kitty and Friends were the perfect IP to make it work. And Oxin said, so was it you who approached Sanrio for the project? And Chelsea said, we already been working with Apple on a game called Hero-ish, and they were talking to Sanrio and wanted to make a game for Apple Arcade. They asked us to pitch, and everyone loved the idea. I'm super curious to see if other studios actually pitched something else, and they got the thing. I'm curious to see what the competition would have been, and I'm wondering who would have been able to make something better for this, and I don't think it's the case, honestly, guys. Amazing. Junkie asked, The only thing that has been irking my experience has been how friendship leveling up works with Wish Me Mel. What was the decision behind making her experience needed to be a best friend so much higher than others? And Chelsea said, there are a few factors going on with Wish Me Mel that's making her difficult to level. It comes down to when her 3-heart gift is available. At the end of the day, we like some character being harder and some being easiest, but the current difficulty of Wish Me Mel isn't ideal for us. Well, like I said, are we ever going to get feedback about our feedback, and especially the quality of life stuff? It'd be at the very least polite if a dev were to pop into whatever given thread and tell us whether it's possible in the works or impossible. Pretty please. And Chelsea said, we don't have time to respond to all feedback, but we do read them all and reply from time to time. We are finally going to have something to say about City Town coming cross-platform next month. And then people freaked out and understood City Town is coming next month. And Chelsea said, City Town is not coming next month, but the announcement of City Town is coming next month. So that was in July, so we are now in August. So anytime this month in August, we learn about when City Town is coming to other platforms than Apple Arcade. Chelsea said, all platforms will know their release date when we post release date info. So that means that apparently Switch, PC, and PS5 will not have all the same dates, apparently. Interesting. There might be like a few weeks, but not definitely months, hopefully. And then she said, we are doing our best to respond to all of the feedback about cross-platform FOMO within the constraint of all the various development and partner timelines at play. In the past, I thought that partners, when she was talking about partner timelines, was things like Sanrio. But apparently, it looks like partner timelines is more like Nintendo and the Direct or the things like that when they want to announce. And I did not think of that as a partner, but I think this is it. I think something as big as City Town will also be announced by Nintendo in a Direct somehow, because it's big and they use this for the DLC, so definitely you can expect it to be announced in another Direct. Is there another Direct in August? We had so many like back to back in 2 weeks at the end of July. Interesting. Rinrin said, I'm just sitting here amused that HK players got a hint about a Nintendo Direct ahead of the official announcement, and Big Challenge's lawyer said, I kind of feared it would happen. That showcase taking place around 3 my time and theirs on 4 my time. And Chelsea said, oh, that was exactly the plan. And then Nintendo had to get first scoop. So yeah, definitely, apparently Nintendo is a big partner of theirs for this. Well, we learned very important things today about future platforms and timing and things like that, and also what you should be doing to prepare for the Wheatflour Wonderland. I'm so excited for the DLC. I'm really hoping that you too, and I'm really stressing out about all the content that will be probably in this thing that I will need to make videos of. It will be busy. But first, next week, we have the 2.8, which will have new flower patterns and which will have the rodent avatar. I'm not even sure what else is going to be new in this thing. Probably new other things. We'll figure it out, but stay tuned. And if you have not seen the announcements about Wheatflour Wonderland, there's a video specifically about it here, and the last time's news review will be here. And remember, everybody can play cozy. Bye bye!